So 20, economists. No economic system that is centrally planned can efficiently allocate resources, and efficient allocation of resources is a necessary condition for achieving a national debt of less than 5% of GDP. All right, so we're saying that no economic system that is centrally planned can allocate resources. So if you can allocate resources, that means you're not an economic system that is centrally planned. But to allocate resources, you must, or to have a national debt of less than 5%, you have to have efficiency of allocating resources. Cool. It follows that any nation with a centrally planned economy has a national debt that is at least 5% of GDP. This is one that I would definitely diagram.
Okay.
So this is our conclusion is our last sentence, but go ahead and diagram the first sentence and then tell me what you have once you're finished.
Being centrally planned
Yes.
is sufficient to allocate resources.
Efficient. My necessary was efficient allocation.
Yeah.
Yep. But do they?
Interesting question.
Efficient allocation.
I heard a man. Who is that?
Siri.
Oh,
my gosh, yeah. Okay, but is it? Oh, now Siri thinks I'm. But then, do you do anything to your allocate resource or efficient resource?
You can't have a
You're gonna negate it.
Negate it. Excellent.
yes.
And if we don't have efficient resources, then what happens?
Then you can't have a gross domestic product of less than 5%.
I'm just gonna put a 5. No 5. Awesome. And then what's the contrapositive of this statement?
Oh, counterpositive. You can't have CP. You can't have CP if you don't have CP. Oh,
what do we have to do? Flip it and reverse it. Flip it and reverse it.
it's. I thought I.
So if you have
the whole thing. Oh, wow.
It'll be the 5% to which is your efficiently allocate your resources, and then you negate the CP.
And you won't
Excellent.
have. Okay.
All right. So then our conclusion says it follows that any nation with a centrally planned economy
has a national debt of at least 5%.
Yes, because it's not lower. That's what this means. So what was our argument structure?
Let me ask you. Oh, okay. Go ahead. You said what was the argument?
What was our argument structure here? How did we get there? So essentially our conclusion is saying, so if you have CP, you can't have 5. Lower than 5, I should say.
Lower than 5.
Yeah.
But see, that's me and my argument. I thought it was, my argument in my head, you can't have an efficient economy unless it's at least 5%, but that's not what you're saying.
No.
Okay. So that's probably why I really need to work it out the way you worked it out.
Yes.
Okay.
So for this one, how I would word it is something like, we say that to have this thing, we have to have this necessary condition, but that necessary condition has a necessary condition. So therefore, A needs C or whatever. Does that make sense? Like what I just said?
Yeah.
All right.
It helps with the diagram for sure.
Okay, there we go. All right. So now I want you all to come up with your argument based on that structure.
I'm like, no recipe that is gluten-free
Okay.
can be low in sugar and still taste good, but tasting good is a necessary condition to be in the bake sale. I guess you could flip it, like being low in sugar is a necessary condition.
I feel like you have one too many in there. No recipe that is
gluten-free
is low in sugar
and delicious.
Yeah, I think you brought in like too many variables.
Oh, yeah.
Keep it simple. Like, so let's say like no
gluten-free recipe is
low in sugar.
Or low in sugar. Okay.
And being low in sugar is a necessary condition for being represented in the bake sale. It follows that any gluten-free recipe that is represented in the bake sale is low in sugar. Or it follows that any nation that is gluten-free and
Okay, so you're
is
saying
represented in
no.
the bake sale.
I have to write out what you're saying. Okay, so no gluten-free item. So if you are gluten-free, you are low in sugar or you're not?
You have to be
You are,
low in
you have,
sugar.
you are low in sugar.
I think that's where we have to have something that's not.
Oh, okay.
So if you're not, okay, so can you say, if you're
What if
not,
we said
okay, if you're not low in sugar,
no
you're not-
person, what if we said like no person that, oh yeah, we could say, let's just switch yours. Let's use yours. Okay, so if you are a gluten-free recipe, you can't be low in sugar.
if the item is, oh, okay.
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 But to be low in sugar, you have to be orange. Or to be low in sugar. Wait, if you're not low in sugar, you can't, it has to be, you cannot be orange. So, but a necessary, okay. So no economic system that is centrally planned can efficiently allocate resources. So no item that is gluten-free
Can we do this? Can you, oh, you said, I was gonna, it's another negative, never mind.
to be low in sugar. And to be low in sugar,
It's low in calories. I mean, you have to be low in sugar.
It's low in sugar and low in sugar.
wait, did we do this?
It follows that it's low in
Hang
calories.
on 1 second. Did we do this backwards? No economic system that is centrally planned can efficiently allocate resources, and efficient allocating resources is a necessary condition of 5%. So if we have 5%, oh, we did not. Sorry. I went backwards in my head. And a necessary condition of being low in sugar is that you have to be orange. Oh, because this is
And
not
that's,
high.
can we say you're low in calories?
Yes, there we go. Low in calories. Perfect. Low in
It may
calories.
not taste good, but at least it's low in calories.
Yes. So if it's not low in and this works because I think I messed up how I drew it. Because like this isn't actually a negative. I just wrote like less than 5%, so I had crossed it off.
Oh.
Sense in our like. So if it is low in calories, that means that if it's not low in calories, then it is not, or that means that
If it's not low in
sugar,
calories, it's low in sugar.
and then it's not gluten-free. There we go. Cool. That was way too difficult. Okay. So let's go ahead and start with A.
And that would make sense.
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
Okay. Can you erase your stuff? Oh, do we need to? Never mind. We may need to see it. That's okay. That's okay. Okay.
I don't like A.
Yeah, because this is saying, okay, so if you're a bat, that means you're a mammal. Bats have wings, so therefore not all mammals are without wings. Like, no, that's not what we're saying at all. All right, what about B?
No.
You don't like B?
I don't.
When you say it like that, I'm like, should I?
Okay, so what is our conclusion on B?
The conclusion, there is no such place in,
All rural districts are free of major air pollution problems.
Yes. Okay. So if it is a rural district, then what do we know about it?
It's free of air conditioning power. I mean, it's free of air pollution problems.
Yes. So air pollution problems, we don't have any. And how did we get there? Because if there are air pollution problems, what does that mean?
A necessary condition. I mean,
The necessary would be there's a large concentration of automobiles.
Yep, large concentration of automobiles.
And then rural districts don't have large concentrations of
No
automobiles.
such places in rural district. So if we go here, then it's not rural district. Does that follow our same structure?
Yes, Nicole.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
It's,
And you
it's
know
like
what?
the reverse of it.
And I was, okay, here's my problem. And I probably would have come back to it
This is
maybe.
why these are level. Sorry, I should put. These are why these are difficulty level 4. It's not like we're just doing the easy parallel reasoning.
Yeah,
That's good. That's good. I was looking for a negative, but that's okay. So I'm totally off. But it has, now I understand why you're diagramming it.
Yeah, especially for conditions like this where it's easy to see how they're like, oh, we're going from A to B to C. Therefore, if we have A, we have C. Or in this case, A, we don't have.
Wow. So how do we know when we need to diagram?
You have to feel it out and learn.
Okay.
I don't over diagram, but on stuff like this, it's a lot easy. I'm a visual learner, so it's easier for me to diagram on this. I don't recommend over diagramming because I think people mess up their diagrams a lot.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Let's just do like, let's do, okay. So C says all of the unregulated or all of the ungulates are, I don't even know what that is. All of the ungs are herbivores, and most herbivores would not attack a human being. It follows that any animal. Okay, yeah, I don't like this one automatically because it goes into saying like it is unlikely to be this. That's not the same probability level of our conclusion. So if I already like B, I would cross C off right away for that reason. D says all rock stars who are famous have their own record companies, and all rock stars who their own record companies receive company profits over and above their regular royalties. This implies that receiving large royalties is a necessary condition of being a famous rock star. I don't like this because our conclusion is like, hey, this thing has this necessary condition, where our conclusion is, hey, if you have A, you have to have B. And to have B, you have to have C. Therefore, if you have A, you also have C. Where this is like not doing that.
I would have chosen.
I picked D.
Yeah, that's what I would have taken.
So let's diagram this one out then, just to like visually see it. So all rock stars who are famous. So if you're a rock star.
Oh no, we said E.
Oh, I just read D.
No. Oh, are you gonna? No, we both said we would have chosen E.
Oh,
but are you gonna?
I said D.
D.
I misunderstood you, Giovanna.
Oh,
I picked D when I did this.
Okay, go ahead then. Okay.
So if you're a famous rock star, you have your own record company. Cool. And all rock stars with their own record company. So if you have your own record company, you receive company profits over and above the regular royalties. So company profits are greater than your regular royalties. This implies that receiving large regular royalties is a necessary condition of being a famous rock star.
Oh, it has it reversed.
Yeah, like, is this like, do you have to be, like, I guess it is, like, this implies that receiving large royalties is a necessary condition of being.
Wait, forget what I said.
And all. Oh, this is because and all rock stars with their own record companies receive company profits over their regular royalties. I guess we don't know that this is a large regular royalty, but our conclusion, this would have to say, let me see, what is our conclusion?
That you have to have at least 5% to have a efficient GDP.
Could it be because there isn't one that's like negated? Is it that simple?
No, it really could be on the tough ones. It literally can come down to something that small. And that's what we're doing right now. It's all the hard ones. So all companies who are famous
And that's why I went with E.
have this. So if you have, this implies that receiving large royalties is necessary for this. Where our conclusion is that if all has a national debt that is at least, I'm going to look this up, but let's go on to E. Go ahead and read E and let me know what you think of E while I look this one up.